Hey. Today well actually about a week ago I put a passion fruit in and I was going to do a video on it but just ran out of time. So I thought I'd do it today because there's a few things I want to talk about growing passion fruit. Passion fruit's really easy as long as it's got a nice sunny spot. Keep the water up to it, especially when it's fruiting, and give it somewhere to climb. It is a climber of course, so it's got to have something to grow on. Now I've put this one in here. Now it's just about winter here now, so it's probably not the best time of year to actually grow one, and I thought it's probably going to be 50-50 with my chances with it, so I thought I'll give it a go because I was able to get one. So what I've done, I've got it in this container. Now I'll explain what I've actually done. Now the container itself, there's just some garden compost and some soil in here, so it's nice and rich. I've actually drilled a lot of holes in the bottom of it so the drainage is fine. Now I'll explain what I've actually done. I've actually got, if you can see it from here, it's actually quite tall, but I've got an old sheet of F52, which is like the rheote I use in reinforcing in concrete, which was actually on the property, and I've just cut it into this section so it's got somewhere to climb. Now with the frost, what I've done, remember that on the recycling video I had that old window frame, so I've put that in between the fence and this, so you can see it in here, it's in there, so that's giving it a bit of a cold frame at the back. But frost, in my opinion, tends to kind of roll along like a wave as opposed to settling. A lot of people think that it just kind of descends and kills new plants and stuff like that and then goes off. In my opinion, frost tends to kind of come down and just roll along the ground and sinks into the deeper spots and what have you. So if I can protect this on both sides, I think I'm pretty right. It's been here a week, still nice and green, and we've had some pretty full-on frost, so far so good. Now what I've done, obviously planted it just as per normal, like planting any other vegetable. Give it a lot of space. Like the root system of this will eventually outgrow this pot, but I'll worry about that when I come to it. I can always repot it or put it in the ground or something like that. Now, or actually just get a bigger, I was actually thinking when it comes around to it, I'll actually just put it in, build a bigger container here and put it in that and try and keep it in the same spot. It's going to be hard to move the whole mesh and everything otherwise. So look, I've got it. Now, I'll go through. Now you can see they're really quite flexible. So what I'm going to do is just weave it through the bottom one. Make sure you don't break any of the branches off on the way through. Just like so. Make sure the leaves are in a nice kind of outward facing position because that's what you want for them to catch all that sunlight. And then I might just put it around this one for now, like that, and that should be right. Now like peas and other climbers, I don't know if you can see it, you'll have the main stems of the actual tree and then they'll send out these little feelers which will actually attach themselves to things. Pardon me. So you can see a few of them here, like that, if you can see that. Now I'm just hoping that they'll actually wrap around the mesh and then they'll just grow from there. Now, because the frost is going to kind of roll around, what I've actually done, I'll just move that over. So that's all ready to go. Now I managed to salvage a bit of glass from somewhere as well. So this is my sheet of glass, nice big size. This was just going to get smashed and put into landfill. Now all I'm going to do, all I have been doing, just put it at the front. So it's gone in about 2 inches at the front here, and I'll lean it against that, and I'll probably just put a little clip on the top just so the wind doesn't blow it over and doesn't smash everywhere as well. And that's it. So far so good. The actual sides I haven't covered and it seems to be working alright. So we'll go from there. Now you can get all different types of passion fruits. This is a typical black passion fruit. So the fruits, I actually like the flowers of passion fruit just as much as I like the fruit. The flowers are beautiful. So as this grows, I'll come back and I'll explain a little bit more. Passion fruit as a climber is really easy to grow. Just put it somewhere where it's going to have enough root system, like enough space for the root system to grow. Give it a feed. You can see the pellets on top. I've just given it some organic food. Keep it watered. make sure you give it a good liquid feed too, as well as a solid food during fruiting, so it's got that energy to keep producing flowers and fruit. Maybe a little bit of sulfate of potash when it's starting to flower, just to encourage the flowers. And that's basically it. Pretty easy to grow. It's more the temperature that knocks them off more than anything else. Alright, and you can grow them singly. Unlike kiwi fruit, for example, which needs a male and a female pollinator, passion fruit will just fruit on its own, self-pollinating. Cool. So that's my little DIY cold frame. Pretty easy, pretty basic. You can make all kinds of clutches and cold frames and stuff like that. I'm going to make a few more over the next few weeks as it gets a bit colder to protect some of the vegetables. So I'll go through those too. Cool. Any questions, just give me a yell, alright? Cool. I'll see you soon.